My name is Amalia Kakissis, and I'm the archivist of the British School at Athens. My job is to oversee the school's archive collections, which include the personal papers of many Philhellenes who worked and lived in Greece. And something I really like about my job is discovering a letter, document, or some other item in our collection that tells a bigger story about someone's life. I'm going to talk about one of those items and the man behind it. What you see here is a notice of the oldest and highest decoration awarded by the modern Greek state, named the Order of the Redeemer. King Otto, who reigned in Greece between 1832 and 1862, gave this to British historian George Finlay. The Fourth Greek National Assembly in Argos established this Order of Merit in 1829, and it has 5 classes. Finlay specifically received the class of the Knight of the Gold Cross of the Order. The award marks a formative period in Finlay's life, especially his service in the war to free Greeks from the Ottoman Empire. He and other Philhellenes were instrumental in helping to establish a modern Greek state. So, let's start with a little bit about George Finlay and how he got to Greece. Finlay was born in Scotland in 1799. As a young man, he studied law, first in Glasgow, then in Germany. Like many of his generation, he was drawn to new liberalism and got involved in various liberal societies. He went to Greece in the autumn of 1823 to try applying these new ideas to the Greek Revolution. Finlay met many revolution figures, including Lord Byron, the Romantic poet and politician who fought for the Greeks. In fact, he was with Byron in the town of Missolonghi in the months before the poet died of fever in April 1824. Finlay fell ill himself in 1825 and spent the next year recuperating, first in Italy and then in the United Kingdom. Once recovered, Finlay set off with his friend and fellow Philhellene, Captain Frank Abney Hastings, on the first armed steamship of the Greek fleet, the Karteria. Hastings, a hero of the Greek Revolution, designed the ship himself. When the Karteria broke down on its way from the UK to Greece, Finlay returned home to fetch engineers and spare parts for it. For most of 1827, he participated in military campaigns in Attica and Thessaly. He also later helped resettle refugees. In this image from the 1840s, Finlay wears his medals. The Knight of the Gold Cross of the Redeemer of Greece is on the left. King Otto bestowed this merit to Finlay in 1837, the year Finlay resigned from the Greek army. I chose to talk about this award because it's a portal into how Finlay fell in love with Greece and became one of its chroniclers. He experienced so much firsthand. Aside from his military career, he served in civic offices in the new government. He supported the founding in Athens of a university, national library, and a Greek archaeological society. Finlay was also a founding member of St. Paul's Anglican Church in Athens in 1841. He also hosted and advised intellectual leaders who visited Greece, including William Gladstone, John Stuart Mill, and the artist John Robert Stewart. In 1829, Finlay married an Armenian woman from Constantinople named Nectar. He called her Catherine. They had one daughter, Helena, who died in childhood. He settled his family in a house he bought on Adrianou Street near the Acropolis of Athens and lived there for the remainder of his life. George Finlay is buried in the First Cemetery of Athens in a family grave with his wife and daughter. In the 1830s, Finlay began writing his book about Greek history. It covers about 2,000 years. Titled Greece from its Conquest by the Romans to the Present Time, BC 146 to AD 1864, it was published in 1877, 2 years after his death. Finlay loved Greece, but not the Bavarian monarch running it, the very man who awarded him for his service. Finlay blamed King Otto for allowing corruption to flourish. He believed this corruption kept the new Greek state from growing to its full potential. In 1865, he wrote the following about his devotion to an ideal Greece. I have spent a long life laboring to assist in establishing the national independence of Greece. and to enable the Greek to adopt a system of free institution. Because I think that national freedom, personal liberty, and private virtue must be united in order to make life a blessing of the highest order on earth.